getting up to 79th Street. Two-car wreck blocks the left lane as we see it on the jam cam. We see the mess from the Midtown Tunnel all the way on up. Head west instead. Good afternoon, YouTube. DutyRon checking back in with another video, and I have a little technical difficulties to start out. Oh boy. Part of the woes of when you do a live in the vehicle. Guys, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Hi, Frog. Push Eye on Weather. First member in the chat, Canadian Witches, second in. Thank you for joining. Guys, we're talking today about Fotis Dulos. This is a terrible, terrible case. Dulos he was arraigned today on capital murder. And at the end of it all, guys, this is a really bad guy. And I feel 100%. I don't even feel 80%. I feel 100% that this guy killed his ex-wife, and his girlfriend was definitely involved with him. All three, his attorney that was representing him on the not the criminal case, but on his lawsuit, the personal charges that were, his attorney, not his defense attorney, but his attorney who was representing him in his case, where he was held $6 million bond. Hello, good to see you, Retired Irish Detective. Thank you so much for joining. So, Fotis Dulos, accused of murdering his wife, Jennifer Dulos, arraigned today in a court in Connecticut, and I just wanted to talk briefly about it. My good friend Bridget Parker, who lives in Australia, she did a wonderful 2-hour live last night in regards to this case. I'm going to link. Hi, Jonna. Welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you. There's another great friend of mine, Jonna, checking in from California. Bridget Parker from Australia. I'm going to link her her video and her channel below in the comments. I want you guys to go over and watch Bridget Parker's broadcast she did last night on the Fotis Dulos murder charges. So he was arraigned along with his former girlfriend, Michelle Triconis, and his one-time civil attorney who represented him when he was being sued personally by Jennifer Dulos' family for an undisclosed amount. Hello, Ralph's Trucking. Good to see you. So let me share this broadcast real quick. Everybody go follow Ralph's Trucking. That's my good friend right there, Ralph's Trucking in the building. Retired Irish Detective. So I felt strongly about this from the beginning. I never talked about this case, but I did feel strongly about it when I saw it on the news that he was guilty. There was all kinds of evidence in his vehicle. Fotis Dulos was charged with murder, kidnapping, while the other two, his ex-girlfriend and his attorney, faced conspiracy to commit murder charges. What's interesting about this case is that they never found Jennifer Dulos' body. They found a ton of evidence. But they never found her body. They never recovered her body. And inside of a borrowed vehicle, I think it was a pickup truck that he borrowed from one of his employees, they found zip ties, blood, DNA evidence, and all kinds of stuff that they dumped in plastic garbage bags in Hartford, Connecticut. It included her bra, the deceased's. We're going to assume that she's deceased. She's been gone for a long time. It included her bra, 4 zip ties, and the warrant appears the zip ties were used to incapacitate her while she was alive. In other words, restraining her movements. Hello, Paul Peck Drywall. Good to see you. Thank you for joining. Investigators believe she was stabbed or bludgeoned to death inside her New Canaan home and then taken out of the home by Fotis Dulos and his girlfriend, put into a pickup truck, and dumped in Hartford, Connecticut. So this crime happened in her New Canaan home, which is an affluent part of Connecticut. Michael B., thank you for joining, one of my moderators and new channel members. Thank you so much for being in here, Michael B., down in Tennessee. I appreciate you being in here. Hello, Cab 7. Cheers to the continued support for justice, my friend. Thank you so much, everyone. That is Cab 7. I don't even have to introduce him. Everybody knows that he's full of peace and positivity. Go over to his channel and check out what he has to offer. What I want to also say in the same moment, look at this picture, guys. This is a picture of Fotis Dulos, the criminal, being taken out of court, okay? This is a picture of Fotis Dulos being taken out of court. This is the picture I chose as a thumbnail. What's significant about this picture, guys, is that there's two female, one state trooper right here and one female detective taking out a murderer who killed his wife. Does anybody see the significance in that? I know Retired Irish Detective is going to see and answer this question faster than anybody. But you have two female law enforcement professionals taking in a murderer who killed his ex-wife in a very, very, very horrible fashion. Yes, I like to call him Fotis. So he is a real piece of work. And here you have two female law enforcement officers putting him in handcuffs and taking him away. So it's an empowering thing for these detectives. It sends a message. It sends a message that you killed a woman and now two women are taking you to jail. So I don't know if a lot of people picked up on that, but that was completely done on purpose. It was purposeful to send a message that if you are going to be if you're going to commit a heinous crime against another female, the female counterparts in law enforcement are going to take you. And I watched this video. They walked him out and they put him in the car. Okay. That's basically saying, we're going to take care of you, and you finish somebody's life, we're going to take you to jail where you belong. Now, the interesting part about this is that the judge agreed to lower his bail, which is mind-blowing from what I read, and allow him to make movements business-wise with the supervision. I'm going to read what I read. And to me, this is just, again, the rich and famous getting favoritism, getting some. I wouldn't have been afforded that if this was charged against me. I could tell you that right now. Let me share out this broadcast because I forgot to put it out onto Twitter. Let me plug it out onto Twitter and create a community post. So I'm going to share it. I'm only going to be able to be on here for a few minutes. Welcome in Mahid Alfro. Thank you to Paul Peck Drywall. Everyone go over and check out Paul Peck Drywall's channel. He is got a great channel that he's running. If you want to know everything about drywall repair and DIY, he is your man. Paul Peck Drywall, everybody. Go check him out. Let me fix this. There we go. Okay, that's better. So I wanted to be able to see the comments. Hello from Dubai. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining. Again, so I'm going to create a community post. Moderators, I appreciate you guys being in here. Fotis Dulos is a piece of garbage, and he took another person's life, and he's being arrogant about it. This is just, I just started following this case, and it is a twisted web of a lot of different things going on. It's got so many moving parts, and the timeline, which Bridget Parker over in Australia, she covered this case so well. He definitely is a piece of garbage, I believe it. I believe that Fotis Dulos is definitely a real piece of work. And this guy is, I believe, from, he's a Turkish immigrant, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody who follows this case. I think his family is from Turkey. I think he has Turkish background. He's come here, and thank you for that. Thank you for that, Jack's mom. Thank you for posting Bridget Parker's channel. So he's somebody said of Greek origin, but Bridget Parker told me yesterday that he was from, I believe she said Turkish, and she's been following this case and she's really on it. Maybe he has origins in both Greek and Turkish, but when you hear his family speak and when you hear him speak, you could tell he is not from America. You know, he's not an American. He's not born and raised here. You could tell that. So he was taken into custody yesterday. He was charged with murder and kidnapping, while the other two faced conspiracy charges. Jennifer Dulos, a mother of 5, disappeared May 24th. What's sad about this case is that she was a mother of 5 children. Now those children do not know where their mother came, where their mother went, where she is, what's going on with her. So it is really, really sad. Fotis Dulos was ordered held on $6 million bond, and the judge imposed an order of protection barring contact between him and Jennifer's mother, Gloria Farber, or his 5 children who are staying with Gloria Farber. Trichonis had her bond reduced to $1.5 million. Dulos is set to return to court February 28. Connecticut State Police said he has a strong case. They have a strong case, releasing a 35-page arrest warrant that details interviews and gruesome evidence. I have that arrest warrant, courtesy of Bridget Parker. But if you want to go see it before I talk about it and break it down on my live, go and check out her live. Go and check out Bridget Parker's live. I keep plugging her because she did a magnificent job last night of covering this case. Hello, Linda Cormier. Thank you so much for coming in from Canada. So there's a 35-page arrest warrant that details interviews and a gruesome evidence that was recovered from this brutal crime scene with no body. There is no body. There's no murder. There's no evidence of a body per se. They did not find her. And that makes me say to myself, this guy is a wealthy guy and he must have paid someone to get rid of her body. And, you know, that could have meant him putting her through, God forbid, a wood chipper or doing something where there's no way to get physical evidence. Who knows what this person is capable of? Look at what he did. He used zip ties, and I mean, he was so stupid about what he did. This is what's confusing me, is that he borrowed a person's work truck, had it detailed and cleaned up the crime scene in the truck, but then he was also found, I believe it was on surveillance cameras, dumping out the evidence in plastic bags, the zip ties, her bra, blood-soaked rags and towels of some sort. So he wasn't so meticulous about what he did. But at the end of the day, folks, there is no recovery of her body. So Jennifer Dulos' body is still missing. Investigators found her blood and DNA on items that were dumped in Hartford, including a bra and 4 zip ties. The warrant says it appears the zip ties were used to secure and incapacitate her while she was still alive. Now, I don't know how they came to that conclusion, and I know autopsies were performed and a lot of forensic stuff, not autopsy, forensics analysis was done on all of the evidence that they recovered. No autopsy because there was no body while she was still alive to restrain her movements. This is just investigators' assumptions there. So investigators believe she was stabbed or bludgeoned to death inside her New Canaan home. Now, they're coming to this conclusion because of the amount of blood that was recovered. According to the medical examiner's office who came out and examined the crime scene and processed the crime scene, that they determined that she lost a lot of blood in her demise, and that also is hard to prove in a court of law. This is what I'm really concerned about, is when he goes and takes this to trial, which you could tell by all means he has a high-paid attorney who is cocky and ready to fight this case. And the reason the attorney is so gung-ho about fighting this case is A, he's being paid a lot of money by Dulos. Fotis is paying his defense team a lot of money, okay? And they know to get a murder conviction, you need to have a body recovered. And without a body recovered, you're going based on evidence, based on blood evidence. It is difficult. And, you know, a lot of my good friends, Matt, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate the super sticker, super chat. So it is difficult at best. So Dulos packages Jennifer using plastic zip ties and placed her inside her own 2017 Chevrolet Suburban, the warrant says. Now, I read that he used somebody else's car, but I don't know. Fotis Dulos and Troconis were previously charged with evidence tampering and hindering the prosecution. Both pled not guilty, and they were released. They were released from that. We categorically deny that Mr. Dulos had any involvement in the disappearance of his wife, Jennifer, and we defy the state to prove that she is in fact dead. Now, they're saying this with cockiness because they're confident that this Jennifer's body was disposed of in a way that there's never going to be a recovery. Now, I hope and I pray that there will be a recovery, because with the recovery, it makes the case much stronger. So, so we defy the state. This is the defense attorney for Fotis Dulos. We defy, and in the beginning, I was making a joke calling him Flotus. So Fotis Dulos, a defense attorney, is basically saying, show me where the body is, and then you can charge, then you could go forward. Then they'll have a stronger case if there's a body. We welcome this fight because we think we will win it. Now, that would be, in my eyes, the worst case scenario, that this guy walked free. He may walk free from the murder capital punishment charge, but he damn sure is not going to walk away from evidence tampering, conspiracy to murder. There's going to be some felony charges that he's not going to be able to sidestep, but I don't think, and this is just my opinion from a professional law enforcement standpoint, unless there's more to this that I don't know, I don't think that they're going to get a conviction of murder without a body being recovered. The state has to prove that she is in fact dead, and this is the defense attorney. We welcome this fight because we think we will win it. Hi, Laurie's Crochet Corner. Welcome in. Thank you for joining. Everyone check out Laurie's channel. Tina's Vlog, welcome to the DutyRon family. Thank you for joining Tina's Vlog. I appreciate you becoming a member. Thank you so much for that. Police said Troconis kept changing her story about her interaction with Fotis Dulos on the day that Jennifer Dulos went missing. She allegedly told investigators she once said, "Sometimes I hope she disappears." This is what his girlfriend said, that she once said, "Sometimes I hope she disappears," referencing their ongoing marital problems. As for Mywinnie, her warrant alludes to a large hole described as a 100% human grave that was found on the grounds of Windsor Rod and Gun Club, which Mywinnie helped establish more than a decade ago. Police inspected the hole but found it was filled in and had no human remains in it. So that big hole that was dug there had no human remains in it. Hello, Radio Gaga. Thank you for joining. Meanwhile, detectives said Mywinnie apparently lied about his contact with Fotis Dulos on the day of the disappearance and about the phone call with him as he tossed out murder evidence out of his vehicle. So, again, here's the Connecticut State Police news conference. I'll play the audio for you, and you guys can hear this. Let's play this.
Now in Bridgeport, Connecticut, nearly 8 months after New Canaan mother Jennifer Dulos disappeared, state police have arrested her estranged husband, Fotis Dulos, today and charged him with capital murder, and kidnapping. Let's listen in. State police in Bridgeport holding a press conference about the arrest today.
Disappearance of Jennifer Dulos.
This is the state police.
On January 7th, 2020, Western District, in conjunction with Central District Major Crime Detectives, were able to get enough evidence to effect the arrests of 3 following individuals. Fotis Dulos, who is charged with murder, felony murder, and kidnapping. with a court-set bond of $6 million. Michelle Troconis, charged with conspiracy to commit murder, with a court-set bond of $2 million. Kent Mowini, charged with conspiracy to commit murder, also with a court-set bond of $2 million. He is currently being transported to Troop G in Bridgeport for prisoner processing.
Look who's doing the news
We
conference.
would like to recognize
A
all the
female.
federal and local law enforcement agencies that helped us with this case. Please understand that this investigation is
A female.
still ongoing. Although our goals are to be transparent, we are subject to that gag order. Thank you.
So holding that press conference was a Connecticut State female trooper. I heard he was. I didn't hear that he bonded out just as of yet. Let me see. I think this is over. Thank you, Jonna. So welcome in to my very first member, Emily.
Press conference by Connecticut State
Hold on a second.
Police,
My very first
their Western
member,
District Major Crime Squad, today
Emily Flolita,
arresting,
is in the
two
building.
individuals by warrant in connection
Thank
with
you so much for joining, Emily. And I am honored that you were my very first member of my channel. And you are such a great supporter. It's fitting that you were the first one to join our membership on my channel. And I thank you for that. Thank you so much for that. Much love and respect to you, Emily. Thank you so much for being in here. But I really love this picture. This picture is worth 1,000 words right here. This picture is unbelievable. Two female law enforcement officers taking him to jail. He will inevitably bond out, and I don't agree with this. I don't think he should be granted bond. I think that he should be held without bail. But they made it high. They made it high. It kicked me out of live to complete a survey. Interesting. I don't understand that. Hello, Harmony Love. So let me just say hello quickly to some people. Retired Irish Detective, Jonna, Emily. If you're new here in the chat, please hit the subscribe button, hit your notification bell so you can get all things DutyRon. I am a retired New York City police detective. I did 20 plus years in the best police department in the world, the New York City Police Department, the NYPD. And I'm a staunch supporter of our local law enforcement throughout the world, in our country, and our military. So if you like everything true crime from a retired detective, please subscribe to the channel. Follow me on all social media, all one word, DutyRon, DutyRon. Definitely continue the conversation with me after this. I am going to, is he denying it still, Stephanie? He is. Unfortunately, he is. If you're new, let me know where you're watching from, city, state, or country, so I can say hello to you and we can all give you a nice warm welcome into the DutyRon channel. But we are talking about Fotis Dulos. Fotis Dulos, I like to call him Flotus because he is a Flotus. Fotis Dulos, arraigned today on capital murder. Chrissy, watching from North Carolina. Thank you so much, Radio Gaga. I appreciate you. Thank you for that kind words. Thank you for those kind words. Northern California, excellent. Welcome in from Northern California. Katie Watts is in from Ontario, Canada. Hello from Las Vegas. Thank you so much. Tennessee, Connecticut. Oh, Lisa's in Connecticut. So, yeah, two women law enforcement professionals bringing him out into jail. Hello from mid-Wisconsin, the cheese state. East Tennessee, says Dawn. Thank you, East Tennessee. Goldie K is in Philly, home of the Philly cheesesteak and the Philadelphia Phillies, which New York Mets fans, we don't like the Phillies. Welcome in. Hello, fellow Canadians, says Canadian Witches. So great to see you guys. Yes, females are putting handcuffs on him because they're sending a message. Cold and windy North Dakota, says Maddie. Thank you, Matthew. Seattle, Washington, where the sun never shines. Great to see you, New Hampshire. Oh, yeah, nice and cold. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button. Thank you so much for that, Paul Peck. Drywall, go and check out my good friend Paul Peck. He's down in Florida, and he never sees any cold weather. Beautiful Tucson, Arizona. Good to see you. Thank you for joining. Thank you, thank you. All right, guys, I'm going to conclude this live. Go over to Bridget Parker's channel. If somebody could put it up one more time. Bail was set with so much evidence. The bail is high. Most people can't afford that bail, but the judge, knowing that this guy was rich, in my opinion, should have set the bail at $100 million, and he wouldn't have been able to come up with that. But sometimes high bail keeps people in jail. Thank you so much, Jack's mom, for putting that up. I appreciate that. I know who you are, Jack's mom, by the way. So much love to you, and I'm happy that you're here. I agree with you. I tend to agree with this. He should not have been out. This is, again, a case of the rich having a set of rules when it comes to prosecution. And his girlfriend is under arrest as well. His former girlfriend is under arrest as well. This is a prime example, ladies and gentlemen, of how rich and famous get preferential treatment. He needs to be in jail because he is a danger to society. He is a danger to society because anybody that's capable of committing the crime that he committed should not be walking free. There's a place for people like that. There's two places for people like that: hell and jail. And jail is first, and then hell is to follow. That's my opinion. Some of you might not agree with me, but a person like that, there's only two places: jail and hell. And if I saw it my way, I would like him to be executed. Now, I am Catholic, and that's against my religion, but capital punishment, in my eyes, in certain instances, is warranted. This is just my opinion, guys. I'm not saying that this is Bible, but I would not lose a minute of sleep if they asked me to push the button for the electric chair or to shoot the shot for a firing squad. Just my opinion. It might be a little over the top, but this guy is a scumbag, and he took a mother of 5 children, and he ended her life because of his whatever. He wanted to just get her away from him because she was giving him a hard time with custody. From what I remember, he wanted to take his 5 children and bring them outside the country, and she was fighting him on this. So I think there was a bitter custody battle going on. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody that's following this case, but this is all selfish because he wasn't going to get his way, and he thought the quickest way for me to do this is to eliminate her and make her disappear. That's bad. That's a bad thing. So guys, much love and respect from my house to yours. Follow me on all social media. One word, DutyRon. Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter. Follow me on the social. Send me DMs. Send me emails. Go to my website, DutyRon.com. And more importantly, subscribe to the channel. Thank you to my Patreon supporters. Thank you to my members only. I just created a Facebook members only group for all of the members. Please go over and join it. Send me a DM on Facebook, and I will add you to my DM group. Follow all the great content creators like Paul Peck Drywall and Bridget Parker and all the great ones that are in here and that hang out with me in my live streams. When you see someone in my live streams, you know they're good people, like Mahid Alfro over in Saudi Arabia. Thank you guys all for being in here. Much love and respect from my house to yours, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Good afternoon and good night.